yaps. It's in the name. Yeah, I was done using the bathroom. I mean, you don't have to like. I don't need to know when you're done pooping.
It was like 2009. I was around 15 years old when I started reading Berserk.
Oh, are we about to do Indian reference cultures throughout animes and different mangas? Because if so, like of Hinduism and shit, this is about to be one of my favorite videos of all time.
I realized by then that horror was my favorite genre.
God bless. I went through the same phase, dude. I bet this guy is a cool dude now. I had the same haircut. Can you imagine me with this haircut? Because it happened.
And the mix of horror.
Griffith, my guy? Bro, he's one of the most evil villains in all of anime. The dude took his girl. The dude...
And medieval.
It's only a phase, Mom. You wouldn't
fantasy
understand.
just worked for me. My two favorite video
Guts
games
is
at the
for
time
sure
were
the man.
Dead Space and
Don't
The
know that
Witcher
one. Witcher's solid.
which I don't think has aged as well, mechanically speaking. Back then, Berserk still felt like a fairly obscure niche manga, with a lot of adult themes and violence that would make people's stomach turn. Dark
He's
Souls
looking like my
1
long
hadn't
lost
even
brother.
come out yet with
My
its
brother from another
references to
mother.
Berserk either. But these days, it's easy to find hundreds and maybe even thousands of YouTube videos on Berserk. It's become a cultural sensation.
Well, it's because it's a fantastic story.
This video is
One based on the reality that happy endings often don't happen in reality. That it's there's black and white, and you're often finding yourself in the gray.
going to be a little bit different. There's one panel in Berserk that did something to my brain. Something that would change my very perception of art and media. It was in Volume 9, Chapter 41, Arms Tournament. Miura introduces this mysterious character, his background unknown. At first glance, I thought, okay, I see you, Mr. Miura, using a swagged out depiction of real North Indian armor. As my eyes
That's cool.
continued to take in the panel, I spotted the weapons. The unmistakable Indian fist weapon, the katar. Now, I was already a weirdo history nerd back then. I was drawing characters with katars and stuff, but I had never seen the weapon outside of like Indian movies that had it.
Interesting.
Oh, and on that one freak from Soul Calibur 2.
Yeah, that's instantly what I think of.
Although, but this was the first time I noticed legit, historically accurate Indian representation done by an artist from another culture. He even gave this dude kajal. That's when I knew Miura had to have been an ultra nerd to even know these details at the time.
He had great ball knowledge. Also, is this video is that an AI image?
You know. However, I distinctly remember pulling back and thinking though, oh, this stuff is cool and all, but this is probably like a throwaway character anyway, like Jitsu in He-Man. Yeah, that happened. Because seeing a brown dude represented by another culture in a flattering way was alien at the time. Miura gave this dude a full-on Dex build. He eventually gets
Give
whacked
a
by
Dex
Guts,
build.
of course.
Yes, it's main
Guts.
character.
And I thought, okay, cool, that was cool. I guess that's that. Then I go on to the next chapter. It's Casca and the Band of the Hawk, chilling in the woods, you know, making some good old gruel and whatnot. They got this guy keeping watch. And he gets murked with a chakram. Then you get the panel of the assassin, yeah, Miura hasn't named him yet, doing this snooty aura farm, complaining about how easy that was. Then a bunch of his dudes come out and wreck the Band of the Hawk for a time. Guts shows up and they have their second showdown. This time, the mysterious assassin flexes more of his chakram skills. He throws a swerving trick shot to catch Guts off guard, but Guts counters easily, saying that it was like avoiding a mosquito bite. That's when this happens. I was like, no way, dude. There's no way someone outside of culture is depicting the Urumi.
Is this the BDSM like bondage ropes that you guys like? You're just getting everybody up in bondage and just like, I'm gonna feel your chakra.
That actually blew my mind. I remember looking at this panel over and over again, just wrapping my head around what I just
I mean, yeah, look at this. I mean, does this not look like he wants to tie him up? You know what I mean? Put him in a precarious position.
witnessed at the time. He even got the multi-blade urumi, which is like a
Wait, is this a real thing? Like blades made out of metal?
real weapon, which is ridiculous
Oh shit, Tiff, this is your weapon.
in manga, but
You are the bondage weapon.
it's legit a real weapon. That's when I realized that Miura
No, I mean, just because it's used in the past, I don't know if this is a real weapon.
basically created the coolest amalgamation of
Nope, you can't say
Indian
never mind
medieval
now.
elements of the North and the South. You got Northern armor and Southern dexterity. I
This is like Indian fight scenes always look like something out of an anime. I love it.
mean, the martial art Kalari Paitha is literally maxed out dex build, no armor. The name they used in this translation for
So how
the
about this
Urumi
weather?
wall,
It's raining. It's real
Speed
wet
bumps.
outside.
Bro, allow it.
The timing on that.
The fight goes on. The Urumi makes some new alterations to Guts' cloak. Guts dodges, gets caught up, then uses this unlucky dude as a human shield, which
Yikes.
that looks painful, bro. What, you want some Neosporin or something?
Yikes.
Okay, never mind.
He's dead.
Guts comes to a stop and prepares his blade. The assassin, likewise, winds up his ultimate move, which Guts literally blows away with the wind from a single sword swing. The assassin knows he's cooked. Guts' Dragon Slayer comes crashing down. We all know how this ends. We've seen it in 100 panels already. But then the assassin ditches the Urumi and gets out of the way. Guts managed to cut up his turban, revealing his
Sorry.
face. There's this panel that Miura drew with him cursing in what we're supposed to imagine is like a foreign language. So, allow me. And then the assassin name is revealed, Silak. And then he nopes out of there. Miura must have had fun writing this dude because he definitely did the research, made him look cool, and also kept him alive. You couldn't help but feel like Miura was definitely cooking up something with that research hole he probably jumped into.
This
With
can't be
the
just
vast
Berserk
amount of
references,
historical
right?
Research, no doubt, swimming in the man's
think it
head
is.
at the time. There's no way
Which is
he
fine.
wasn't going to use all that. And then we get the Kushan Empire, which is basically Miura's synthesis of his research into various historical cultures.
Just like
across
that, she's
South
gone.
Asia. You get Persian and Turkic elements in the main Kushan army, but there's diversity within it, just like how the region was historically. And you see this difference in the Bakiraka clan specifically, led by Salah. These dudes look specifically South Indian, and the name Bakiraka translates to outsiders.
Wait, what the fuck?
Miura literally wrote the Bakiraka as outsiders to the main Kushan Empire as well. The logic makes even more sense to me when you realize the real-life Kushan Empire that stretched from modern-day Uzbekistan down to Madura in Uttar Pradesh.
See, like, this is what blows my mind is when you look at these old maps of, like, the Parthian Empire, like, where Persia was at one point in time. You have the Kushan Empire. All of these come up and then go away, right? These borders are constantly changing. So when do they change again?
Stretched from
Because they've been the same
modern-day
for a while
Uzbekistan
now.
down to
you know?
Madura in Uttar Pradesh. The styles of deities, the language used in the naming conventions, though, were definitely Indian, like 1,001%. Like the word Pishasha, which are flesh-eating demons in both real-world Hinduism and Buddhism. My mom literally used to call me Pishash whenever I was up to no good at home, by the way, as a term of endearment.
I love this because I cosplayed as Naruto. I did the full shit. Just wait for a decade or two unless we get World War III. I think if we get World War III, doesn't that happen even sooner?
That's how familiar I am with that word. Miura depicts the Pishash as these boss-level tanks in animal form, controlled by Kushan sorcerers, which I think is a pretty cool take on it. The sorcerers are led by this old uncle called Daiba, who is
I bet this is what Ranji, is this what you look like?
literally an Agori sadhu, like no edit, straight up Agori with the traditional ashen dreads and everything. Daiba literally describes Guts as a Kshatriya of Durga, the warrior goddess within Hinduism, and refers to Serpico as a Kshatriya of Vayu, the god of wind. Daiba even summons a Pishash called Kundalini in the form of an astral snake. The Kundalini in real life is a concept that is also depicted in Indian philosophy as a coiled serpent, sleeping at the base of the spine, aiming to move upwards through the body's chakra points. Miura even uses what I think is like Google Translate Hindi as the summoning mantra for Kundalini. Om Amriti Ham Pata Kundalini. Which I think he was trying to translate, "O divine and immortal, I call upon Kundalini." Like a Pikachu, I choose you kind of thing, you know what I mean? Close enough, I guess. But I thought it was super cool when I read it. Silat pulls up with these hench Tamil Brahmin looking dudes that he calls the Tapasa. Tapas in real world Jainism and Buddhism.
It is cool to see, like, whenever you're reading an anime or reading a manga, watching an anime, it's cool to see the inspirations from religion and cultures from other places. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a fantastic like call to this. Berserk is great. Jujutsu Kaisen is also great. Naruto is great.
Refers to
you could find
that
symbolisms in almost all of them,
including body modification. In Vedic Hinduism, tapasya means forged by heat. The Vedic god of fire, Agni, is known as a tapasvin, or one forged by heat. Miura even put in the Rakshas in the story. Like, Rakshasa appears as malevolent creatures in Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, and even Indonesia.
This is also in Gachiakuta. This three-eyed trash-looking beast is in Gachiakuta as well.
Asian folk is
Gachiakuta is probably going to be another one that has a lot of different, like, hidden metaphors to a lot of different religions and a lot of different cultures around the world.
And a lot of indigenous cultures across India. The way Miura depicted the Rakshas is really interesting. Some of the panels are really cool, but it honestly gives Miyazaki movie character, you know, like no face.
A little bit.
More than a Rakshas as I understand it.
Also, like Fate, there's a character that's like this, that's an assassin.
But still, cool nonetheless.
Oh
then
shit.
we have Ganishka, the Kushan Emperor, one of the most powerful apostles in the Berserk world.
Good morning!
Apostles in Berserk, by the way, are people who used to be humans, who in a moment of anguish and hardship, used an artifact known as the Baalid to summon the God Hand and join the ranks of demonkind in exchange for a precious sacrifice. These sacrifices
became cursed spirits.
Ganishka is based on the real-life Kushan Emperor Kanishka of the Kushan Empire in the real world. Emperor Kanishka reigned from 127 CE to about 150 CE. He was a patron of Mahayana Buddhism and is said to have been Kashmiri. The Berserk character Ganishka goes by many names in the manga. Serpent Prince, Dread Emperor, Demon King, Demon God, Thunder Emperor, and his final form,
Sukuna,
Shiva, a reference to Shiva the Destroyer.
Oh wow.
Anyone who's familiar with Kentaro Miura's work today knows how influential he's been to many who've come after. The Soul series and Elden Ring take a lot of inspiration from Miura's work. Many other video games do the same and pay homage.
Berserk is and Iramura is definitely your favorite mangas, like mangaka, their favorite author. Like, he is the favorite author out of most authors. I miss my out-of-pocket twin. Both of you did to be very out-of-pocket. It's very accurate.
A whole new lens just by representing a culture I grew up in the way that he did. I've been a reader of fantasy novels for a very long time, as long as I can remember.
Ha, nerd.
And for a long time, every setting was like a pseudo-European setting, you know, like Game of Thrones and including Berserk, because that was the norm for a long time due to how the publishing industry worked. However, recently, we've seen some great new perspectives and fresh settings from a diverse array of voices in the last decade. From some of my personal favorites,
Game of Thrones.
Evan Winters.
Dude, Game of Thrones started out so good, and then it just ended so bad. George R. R. Martin needs to finish that shit. Bro was 15 in 2009. Good morning, Unc. Indian culture and history is so underutilized in fiction. It's a goldmine for insanely unique visuals that it is. Season 8 was fire? What are you talking about? So rushed. I think Asura's Wrath is really the pinnacle of weird, completely inaccurate and authentic, yet somehow cool as fuck Hindu religion culture references. The Rage of Dragons may need it. I feel the rage of these dragons. Dragonsy balls.